This isn't a real shooting, but a safety video on what to do if one happens. For children in some states, knowing how to avoid gunshots is part of their safety education.
Good. Give me 3 on the right. Nice.
Trainings for kids like this is not unusual in Texas. Austin Shore Shots, a local shooting club, offers youth training program for girls. Some participants are first graders who are just a little taller than a shooting table.
When I shoot, I think it's so much fun than playing with anything else. That's my room.
In a society that places gun ownership as a constitutional right, gun culture defines life for many Americans from the cradle to the grave. From magazines to social media to gun fairs and shooting clubs. And even more in movies and video games. Salvador Ramos, the gunman in the Uvalde, Texas elementary school massacre, was reported to have been obsessed with a violent video game named Call of Duty.
Clearly, America has a gun fetish. We embrace violence. Look at our movies, look at our pop culture. Guns are everywhere and they're glorified. They're held in higher esteem than many other things in our culture. And that's because of this notion of American rugged individualism. And this American myth is built on a lot of preconceived notions and on a lot of bad information, that guns typically are not the solution to these types of problems. Guns cause more problems.
It's accessibility, and they live in homes where guns are available. And so I think that that is what's fueling it. It's not that they're being targeted, but that guns are just so readily available.
There are nearly 400 million guns in the US, outnumbering its population. And nearly half of American adults report having a gun in their home. Children encounter these weapons in their homes easily when they don't know how dangerous it is. This 13-year-old boy in Virginia is not old enough to buy beers, cigarettes, or lottery tickets.
Can I get a couple scratch-offs?
How old are you? You got your ID?
13.
You what?
I'm 13.
You can't get no scratch off, babe.
Okay.
But he can buy a rifle from a private seller easily and legally.
I'll take it.
In many US states, getting a gun is as easy as he does. Therefore, many people in the country are calling to lift the legal age of firearm purchases with stricter background checks. But the country's gun industry is continuing to pour millions of dollars to sponsor youth programs.
A little high, but that's okay. We got another shot for you.
For gun supporters, they say there are others to blame, not guns.
You refuse to address the real issue that if you lay a gun down, the reality is guns don't kill people. And I hate to say this,
well, they do.
Mentally unstable people kill people. And by the way, the guy that took out the gunman, thank God there was a responsible guy with a gun.
But some disagree.
No, this is about murder. People with guns kill people. The problem is inadequate mental health is just hypocrisy.
Taking a look at the bigger picture.
I think we have a problem of the system being broken, but the system also is in need of massive overhaul if we're going to make any kind of progress.
The problem of gun violence is burning up across the US, and the prevalence of gun culture in American society is pouring fuel onto the fire.